Good morning, everyone. My name is Jed, and I'm here to deliver my speech called The Wasp Method. What if you learn that one of your friends is infected by the virus after hanging out with them yesterday? What would you feel? Will you get paranoid? Yes, of course. Being with a person without masks on because you think they are not infected is the most common mistake most people like us are doing. It is because we are thinking that if he or she does not go out daily and he or she does not show symptoms means that he or she is safe. But can we say that the friend that we're talking about is safe because of that? No, right? Then what can we do to make sure that we are protecting ourselves from the virus? I know that most of the time, the internet, television, and even social media platforms are reminding us to do things to make ourselves safe from the virus. Because of that, I read many guidelines during this pandemic to get the most important ones that we should remember. Here are the 3 ways that I believe are the most important things to do to be prepared and to lower the chance of us getting infected by the virus. I call it the Wasp Method. The W in the Wasp Method stands for wear your mask. Maybe until now, some people are still wondering what is the purpose of wearing a mask? To answer their question, masks act as a barrier between our nose, mouth, and chin to the surroundings to prevent the virus from spreading from one person to another. Furthermore, as simple as wear your mask may sound, there are still some people who wear their masks incorrectly. For instance, the mask of a person is lowered down to the neck, which removes the purpose of covering the nose, mouth, and chin. This incorrect way of wearing a mask increases the chance of the virus infecting us. Therefore, to make sure that we are properly wearing a mask, we should always remember to cover the nose, mouth, and chin altogether. We should also avoid touching the middle part of our mask to help reduce the chances of being infected. Moving on, the second important thing to remember based on the Wasp method that stands for letter A is to avoid crowds. According to Dr. Feynman, it is best to avoid large crowds and keep a distance from one another to avoid the spreading of the virus. It may be impossible to never go out of your house to do things like shopping, buying groceries, hang out with your friends, and many more. However, there are some ways to avoid being in a crowded area even if you decided to go out. For example, when eating out with your family or loved ones, make sure to avoid eating inside a restaurant. There are many places to choose from where you can eat in an outdoor area to reduce the risk of being infected. Another way to protect yourself is to observe social distancing. This can get in handy, especially in crowded places, to make sure that you are giving the virus a distance to travel so it would reduce the chances of reaching you. Moving forward to the last letter of the Wasp method, which is the letter S, means sanitize often. This could be done to yourself, to your house, or even to your things that you are using when going out. Sanitizing yourself and your things can keep the virus from going and spreading to your place. It can be done by washing your hands regularly, especially if you have touched something coming from the outside, and by wiping the things that you have used when going out. You can also use alcohol with a 65% solution or a sanitizer to kill the virus. Moreover, it is also important to sanitize your house to give the virus a lesser chance to spread in your area. It can be done by using disinfectants to spray at your place and by always wiping the surfaces that are usually touched by different people. To summarize it all, following the Wasp method can help you be prepared for the pandemic that is happening. Always keep in mind that masks should cover the nose, the mouth, and the chin of your face. Furthermore, you must avoid going to crowded places and practice social distancing to reduce the risk of being infected. Also, sanitizing yourself, Your things, and even your house is also essential to keep the virus from spreading to other people. By remembering and practicing these three ways or the WASP method, you will be prepared for the pandemic. Therefore, let us start doing it and show other people how it really looks like to be prepared. That's it, and thank you for listening.